Man, as simple as it gets. You take a look, things are very close here, but look at those records. 12-0 for Johnny Eblen, the champion. 31-2 for Anatoly Tokov.
With the official introductions, here's Michael C. Williams.
Live on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus, Bellator MMA Now presents tonight's co-main event, 5 5-minute rounds for the Bellator Middleweight World Championship. Introducing first, the blue corner. At 5'10", weighing in 184.8 pounds, unbeaten inside the Bellator cage, he holds an impressive overall record of 31 professional victories, 2 losses, ranked at number 3. He enters his first ever world title fight, presenting the challenger, Anatoly Tokov. And across the cage, the champion tonight fights out of the red corner at 6'1", weighing in 184 pounds even. After a dominant performance to capture the title tonight, he makes his first defense, entering as an undefeated professional. 12 victories, no defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, the defending Bellator Middleweight World Champion, Johnny the Human Cheat Code. And the referee in charge, Frank Trigg.
Mike, we bringing him in? Just bring him in. Come on, guys. Come on. And good. Gentlemen, you received the instructions in your locker room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Let's go back to the corners and come out swinging.
They're not going to touch gloves. They're going to intensely stare through each other as we get set for this Bellator Middleweight Championship fight. All 6 of Johnny Eblen's finishes have come in the first round for Anatoly Tokov. He has 11 wins via first-round knockout or submission and has a victory over former Bellator Middleweight champion Alexander Shlemenko. The bell and round 1. Edge and overall experience for Anatoly Tokov, with this being his 34th professional fight compared to Eblen's 13th. But Eblen, a fast learner, went down to Florida and was introduced to ATT by 2-time NCAA National Wrestling Champion at Iowa in 2008 U.S. Olympian Steve Mocco. One of the better decisions Mocco's made. He's made many, but definitely changed Eblen's life.
Oh, he absolutely did. Steve Mocco, he's a crazy man, but he's an outstanding wrestling coach. And he brought Johnny Eblen there because he saw something in him. And there has been no doubt, everybody that trains with Johnny Eblen says, oh my God, this guy is the best middleweight fighter in the world. There is no doubt he's that good.
Calf kick by Eblen, came into the sport. He's a hard-working wrestler out of the University of Missouri, same school that former Bellator champions Ben Askren and Mike Chandler attended. There's the combination by Eblen, and since going to ATT, really focusing on his striking, and has really grown exponentially when it comes to his boxing techniques.
Well, he's now throwing combinations that you just don't see a lot of mixed martial artists throw. He's throwing double hooks. He's doing all kinds of things that are not easy to do, but he's doing it based upon the fact that his wrestling is so good. He can get himself out of bad positions at times. Johnny Eblen is the real deal, and the fact that he utilizes all elements of mixed martial arts makes him extremely difficult.
Oh, counter right by Tokov, who immediately latches on to Eblen.
And you saw out of position, but back, was unable to get to that point of a takedown, but that was a nice right hand by Anatoly Tokov.
Left high kick blocked by Tokov. Body kick by Tokov. Tokov began training military hand-to-hand combat and judo at 14. And of course, Eblen, we talk about his background as a wrestler, started at the age of 5. Midway point of the Opening round scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds for the Bellator middleweight crown. The jab lands for Tokov. Good exchange.
Very nice exchange. Tokov, we talked about his intelligence as a fighter and his ability to change the momentum. For a little bit there, you saw Johnny Eblen being able to back him up. He knew that he can't have that happen, and so right away starts creating that lateral movement, circling off, making it so Johnny Eblen cannot back him up. Very intelligent.
Since that incredible victory over Mousasi to become champion, Eblen been doing a lot of sparring and really working on growing his fight IQ. He told us that it's never been better, and he's been working on going to the body more, getting slicker with his defense, and utilizing that southpaw stance more, and we've seen glimpses of that so far in this fight.
Oh, yeah. He started off with that wrestling base, and he was a guy, man, he would take you down ground and pound and get the TKO. And then once he really started working on the stand-up, he has just evolved as a fighter, and so he utilizes the wrestling to make his stand-up more dangerous because you're worried about him taking you down. But no, he comes in with his hands and lands clean shots.
Level change by Eblen, but Tokov doing a good job there. Overhook and underhook, and now Eblen backs him to the fence as they grapple at close quarters, exchanging knees, jockeying for position. Eblen putting all of his weight on Tokov, but Tokov's one strong middleweight.
Tokov's defensive wrestling is just outstanding. He's got great balance, and he's able to just put weight on the arms, start to tire you out. You're seeing what he's doing right here. He's just kind of hanging on Johnny's arms. Now, Johnny's got his hands clasped, but in the position they're at, he's going to have a hard time. He's going to have to bring his hands either up high or down low towards the hips to start to get that body lock position where he can take it down.
On the break, Eblen looking for that slashing elbow, misses with it, but lands the left.
It was a nice exit by Johnny Eblen. They'll always leave them with something to remember on the exit.
Ty Plum and some knees from Eblen, showcasing his diversive offensive attack.
I had Johnny Eblen just squeaking by in that round. It was a close round.
Ready?
Anatoly had
Ready?
some moments,
Fight.
but he needs to throw out more and land with effectiveness.
And going to break, I'm known to create, new words. Diversive, diverse offensive attack. And the diversity is on display. Calf kick by Eblen.
On those calf kicks like that, Tokov needs to counter and make Eblen pay for it. He cannot just sit there.
Double jab. Sorry, John. Double jab, chopping right hand by Tokov. Good combination. A lot of feinting. Each wanting to get the other to bite first. Nice feint there, and Tokov lands the right, avoids the combo from Eblen. Good body movement by Eblen, trying to showcase his defense, looking to slip the punch, and does so to left, but got caught with the right.
Very clean jabs by Anatoly Tokov, though. That jab it's setting up his other shots.
Sharp jab splits the guard of Eblen by Tokov and clips Eblen. Ooh, a hard jab to the face by Tokov.
Tokov's getting that range down. His counter strikes are starting to land.
Bellator MMA on CBS from the Kia Forum in Los Angeles. You're watching the second round of this Bellator middleweight championship fight between the champion Johnny Eblen in the red gloves, the challenger Anatoly Tokov in the blue. Big John McCarthy and Mauro Ranallo here at Cakeside, joined by Amanda Guerra, Josh Thompson at the fight desk. Double jab again, and Tokov doing a good job of making sure he doubles up on that jab.
That jab's making a difference in this round. He's establishing that jab. It's making his right hand be effective time. Big right hand.
Big right hand from Eblen. Looking for the home run shot, the body kick as well, and Eblen now getting aggressive in his attack. 2 minutes have elapsed here in the second. And everything for Tokov begins with that textbook stick, John, the jab.
It does, but you can see Tokov is starting to breathe hard. Take a look at the color on his face right now. He's having a little bit of an oxygen deprivation problem. You can see it.
And he's making investments to the body with that kick, trying to slow down Eblen's advances. And Eblen showing the vestiges of a battle on his face.
No doubt, he's taking some shots, especially in this round. Tokov's been doing very well, but you can see he's got to find those places within the round where you can take that deep breath, get yourself back to feeling normal.
Yeah, Tokov has landed twice as many strikes as Eblen in this round. And there, nice 1-2 by Eblen. And Eblen again sits down on that right hand.
That's 2 right hands in a row that landed cleanly for Johnny Eblen.
An intense battle here where both Tokov and Eblen sitting down on their punches, looking to break the will and the spirit of their opponent as they hope to walk out of the Kia Foreman in LA as the Bellator middleweight champ. Nice right hand body kick, left hook combo by Tokov, sprawl by Tokov, but then Eblen, when Tokov bounced up, caught him with a right.
Very nice sequence by Anatoly Tokov.
Oh, what a shot by Tokov! He staggered Eblen!
That was on the top of the head.
And Eblen comes back with a 1-2 of his own.
Anatoly would be lucky if that didn't hurt his hand, man. You hit someone on the top of the head, it's like hitting just a stone wall.
And you know, still to come, Fedor Emelianenko's final fight. Tokov's mentor, he's had issues with his right hand over the years as well, but overcame so much.
Oh!
Tokov gets dropped on the right hand from Eblen, but bounces up right away, able to clinch with Eblen. And now Eblen backs him to the fence, but Eblen was able to drop him with the right, and now drops him with a takedown.
I think that was an elbow that he actually landed on Tokov. And that's a big game changer.
It definitely is, because now Eblen unloading on Tokov.
That was a huge elbow shot. You saw earlier, Lorenz Larkin,
yes,
what an elbow will do. Elbows
on the prelims, not a short candidate.
Johnny Eblen taking this round back by hurting Tokov. Tokov was winning it. Effective damage right here by Johnny Eblen.
The ebb and flow of a mixed martial arts championship fight. We are going to round 3 after this. As we are set for round number 3.
Ready?
Eblen's first title defense, and Eblen's right eye with swelling, beginning to really show the effects of what has been a tough task as expected. I mean, once you're the champion, it doesn't get easier.
And when you're the champion, all you have is a target on you. And look, I thought Tokov was winning that round until that elbow landed, knocking him down to the ground. That is what we're looking for. Damage in the fight. Johnny Eblen landed that damage. It was the biggest shot of the round. And that's why Johnny Eblen gets around 10-9.
And Tokov continues to work on that right eye of Eblen with his jab. They exchange body kicks. Eblen leading with the left, really using it as a bait, and now Eblen with the level change and runs right through Tokov into the takedown, immediately lands a couple of right hands, or make that left hand for good measure.
One of the things that Eblen, you take a look at the difference between him and Tokov. Tokov is throwing straight punches in the stand-up. Eblen's throwing looping shots. That's why Tokov has been successful. He's got the shorter reach, but he's getting there faster with the straight punches.
Waist lock employed by Eblen, and grappling going out now. Tokov looking to turn into Eblen, defending this attempt at the takedown. Eblen is 2 for 4 in takedowns thus far in this fight, while Tokov 0 for 1.
Eblen getting his hands locked.
Scoops
Nice
him up,
job.
takes him down, and again, ground and pound from, and that punch under the armpit. Dan Henderson is on location here tonight. The H-bomb that felled Fedor in their fight was under the armpit, very similar.
Anytime that comes under the arm like that, you cannot see the punch, and it's always the ones that you don't see that hurt you the most.
And nice return by Eblen.
Those mat returns, Morrow, every time you get taken down like that, you work your way to get back up, and then boom, you're going back down. It is demoralizing as a fighter. And right now, what Johnny Eblen is trying to do is he's starting to try to break Anatoly Tokov. What he's saying is my conditioning is better than yours. I can push harder than you, and I'm going to push you off the cliff.
You're an NC2A Division I wrestler. Conditioning should never be an issue, right, John? Even when your MMA career, what wrestling does is incredible. I mean, so many mixed martial artists talk about wrestling being the key base. Spinning back elbow missed by Eblen, but it builds every facet of a fighter when you're a wrestler.
There is nothing.
Mental, physical, strategy.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better. There's nothing more grinding than that wrestling in that room. The work it takes to be good at it. It builds character. It builds a work ethic.
Final 2 minutes of the third. Right hand countered by Tokov lands.
And again, straight punches by Tokov.
Calf kick by Eblen. Oh, and Eblen just missed with that right cross. Eblen level change, sprawl by Tokov, defends the takedown. And Eblen now 4 of 7 in the takedown department. And again, with those takedowns, we've seen Tokov bounce back up. We've seen the mat returns, but it's really been, for the most part, large part, a tremendous striking battle where each of them have had their moments.
Each of them had their moments. The big moments have normally been with Johnny Eblen, though. He's landed the ones that have knocked Tokov down. He's gotten the takedowns, the big elbow strikes on the breaks. Those are the differences in this fight right now.
Eblen moving away from the power of Tokov in the orthodox stance, looking to unload that right, and Eblen using his striking, trying to set up a takedown attempt, and again wailing away wide looping shots that miss.
That was a nice shot that he landed at the beginning of that series, though. Tokov took it well, but man, you can only take so many before they
and he just landed another stinging shot, and Tokov took it. But like you say, John, punch resistance begins to wear down the more you absorb.
Johnny Eblen just needs to start throwing just a little bit straighter on his punches. Those are going to get there faster. They're going to hit the target.
Nice right hand lands for Tokov. Many expected this to be a battle of attrition. We are headed into the championship rounds for the Bellator Middleweight Championship. All right, here we go, round number 4. Everything I said was true, though, and it's incredible to see such a reunion of these all-time greats, and again, it speaks to the respect that Fedor Emelianenko has earned as Eblen is on the ground momentarily, and immediately Tokov goes after him, and then Eblen pops him with a right uppercut.
Eblen again wins that exit. Again, Eblen, he'd be much better off. The straight punches.
Nice level.
Nice, beautiful job at turning that corner from by Eblen.
And you're right, John, it's not just straight ahead. He creates angles with the takedowns.
That makes it so much more difficult to defend. And right now, if you're Anatoly Tokov, you got off of that stool, you had your minute break, and now you're having a guy with all that weight, 200 pounds basically, crushing down on you, and after all that work, it tires you out faster, it's wearing.
Eblen does have one submission victory, the guillotine choke against Wayman Carter back in 2018, and there is a man we talked about how important he has been to the maturation process of Johnny Eblen. That is King Mo. Eblen calls him his big brother and his #1 hype man.
Well, he's the one running the controller on the human cheat code.
And that's the guy who christened him with that nickname. And so, again, when you know, the old cliche, well, it's a cliche because it's true, iron sharpens iron, and both these fighters have a lot of iron in their calves.
Boy, both of them do, you're right. Tokov really needs to work to get back to his feet. He cannot stay in these positions. The fight is starting to slip away from him. Johnny Eblen's starting to take over, and when I talked about that RPM level that he's able to maintain compared to his opponents, this is what I'm talking about. He pushes you past that point, your comfort zone is gone. Beautiful mat return.
Tokov looks to turn into Eblen, and you're absolutely right, John. As always, the pressure, the pace. Johnny Eblen's gas tank is very big, and he's really continuing to utilize that wrestling and continues to break down Anatoly Tokov here in the penultimate round. Now 6 of 11 in the takedown department for Eblen.
Very sweet job. You saw Johnny take that right hand, bring that ankle away from him. That brought Anatoly back to the mat. Brings the knee up. Anatoly has got no answer right now to get rid of the hands of Johnny Eblen. Can't break the hands, and if you can't break the hands...
Oh, another elbow strike and a jab to the left, and another level change, and another takedown. But it's Tokov trying to find a way to neutralize Johnny Eblen. And of course, at this stage of the fight, bodies are slippery, so any submission attempt will be that much more difficult.
Well, a lot of people are going to look and think, well, he's got a guillotine. This is not a guillotine. No. He has no legs engaged in this. There's no way that he's going to get any kind of choke right here. Right now, basically, he's trying to control the posture and position of Johnny Eblen. Think of all the times that you've watched Anatoly Tokov work his way back to his feet. Now what did you just see, Morrow? Now he's settled. Yeah. He's settled for the position, which is telling you, I'm getting tired.
His power bar is depleting. Final 60 seconds of the 4th round. Tokov trying to control Eblen's posture. Eblen now creating some separation, looking to pass the guard into side control, content on delivering elbows, and now again has Tokov's back. Employing that waist lock, and Tokov, you're right, John, he's muted in his recovery here, just accepting his fate at this particular moment in time.
Yeah, at this point, he cannot figure out how to break the hands and stop what Johnny Eblen's doing. Every time he gets to a position where he gets himself back to his feet, Johnny switches it up, opens up, lands the shot, goes back for the takedown, or just takes and elevates him up, and Matt returns him. This has been a dominating round by Johnny Eblen.
We saw the domination when he won the title, mixing up the striking and the wrestling against Mousasi. He's a complete package, and Eblen exploding again, the level change, looking for the single leg. 5th and final round coming up. 5th and final round. Johnny Eblen firing up the crowd here at the Kia Forum, just outside of Los Angeles in Inglewood. It's a suburb of LA, and Anatoly Tokov he's bouncing up and down, trying to summon that inner warrior, trying to find a way to get back into this fight. And how do you have it? Well, on cue, John, there's the scorecard.
Look, I'm being honest, I had the second round going towards Tokov until that knockdown with the elbow. I've got Johnny Eblen in a shutout right now. He is starting to take over this fight. He's dominating.
Eblen says his goal is to clear out the division. He said he is going to be the GOAT, and the more you talk to him, the more you believe him. Self-confidence is everything, and he's backing it up.
Yeah, and one of the things, you know, look, if you see Johnny Eblen in training, Johnny Eblen puts himself in horrible positions and then works his way out of them. So there's nothing inside the cage that he faces that he hasn't faced in training and worked his way out of.
So even before becoming a champion, he had the work ethic of one.
That builds confidence that, hey, I can face anything. I'm not worried about anything. I can get myself out. Right now, Anatoly, he needs a home run, man. He needs to land that big right hand.
17 of his 31 wins have come via knockout. Last one in his last fight when he destroyed Muhammad Abdullah at Bellator 282. The same night, Eblen became champion, so they're on the same schedule.
Nice head movement right there, slipping and ripping by Johnny Eblen.
Final 3 minutes of the fight. And Eblen again shoots in for the takedown and records.
Big time takedown right there. That's right in front of us, Morrow, and you can see Anatoly Tokov breathing hard. He has worked his butt off to get up out of this position throughout the fight, and he just cannot get to the point where he can break free of Johnny Eblen. Eblen's the one that's going to determine when that break occurs.
Eblen has now recorded 8 takedowns in 15 attempts, continuing to deplete the tank of Anatoly Tokov as again takes him back down and just dominates from the back, rounding Tokov, wearing him down, systematically dismantling him, outstriking, out-grappling Johnny Eblen in his first title defense, showing the world why he is the Bellator middleweight champion.
Big time mat return. This is unbelievably defeating if you're Anatoly Tokov. You work your way back, Johnny Eblen picks you up, takes you back down. And this is a guy undefeated in the Bellator cage at this point. Anatoly Tokov has been fantastic, 31-2 for his career, and he is just being dominated in this fight.
Eblen tenderizing the right leg of Tokov, adding insult to injury here, continues to just drive the knee, and now Tokov able to come back to his feet, but I believe that Eblen probably allows him just so he can do the mat return again.
And he's almost put himself right into a mount position. Now you're seeing it again. Anatoly, tired, he's starting to accept.
Yeah. Struggling against the uber-aggressive Johnny Eblen, all over the number 3 ranked contender. Bloodied up his face, battering his body, taking away his foundation with those knees to his legs. Johnny Eblen has demonstrated a little bit of everything that makes him an undefeated fighter. And the best of 185 in Bellator.
Johnny Eblen.
Mamma mia! What a belly-to-back suplex, a German suplex by Eblen, and yet Tokov again gets to his feet, but that was impressive. And even equally impressive is that Tokov is now going for the choke. It's incredible. Fans appreciating what they've witnessed through 5 championship rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance in this world title fight, will go now to your 3 judges at cage side. Your first, Chris Crail, scores the fight 50-45, while judges Ron McCarthy and Elliot Kelly both see it the same, 49-46. I'll have it for the winner by unanimous decision, and still Bellator middleweight world champion, Johnny the Human Cheat Code Eblen.
And Johnny Eblen now stands alone at first for the longest active win streak in Bellator, with 9 consecutive wins and a successful first middleweight title defense. Let's go to Big John.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with the middleweight champion of the world, defending that title, Johnny Eblen. You look fantastic, and you just kept building the momentum throughout this fight.
That's just how I fight, John. As the fight goes on, I get better. I just keep fucking getting better. I'm the real king of cardio. Colby Covington ain't shit.
I don't even know who that is. So what I...
Facts, fuck that guy.
Look, that's 2 impressive performances in a row. One against a guy that had over 50 fights, another guy now at 33. Who is it that deserves a shot at this belt?
Hey, it looks like Mousasi and Edwards are getting after it in May, I think. May in Paris. Looking like a #1 contender fight, so I'll take the winner of that.
Sounds good to me. Congratulations on a fantastic performance. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Human Cheat Code.
Thank you, LA. You guys are awesome. Give it up to me, baby. Let's go.
Johnny Eblen.
What's up, fight fans? I'm Johnny Eblen. Subscribe now to the Bellator MMA YouTube channel.